Okay, well, I'll start from the beginning. It was actually here. It was during 2020. I just saw black folks. I was like, there's no way this can be biking. And then there was, just food, there was music, there was culture. And then they immediately just gave me a bike and was like, let's ride. I was like, bet. And I just kept coming, From there, I was like, I want to pursue. I have no excuse now. I have everything that I need. And then boom, when I went to the cycling season, I was just beating old men that have been doing this for 10 years. And I knew it was a talent that I just had. Something about cycling that I really love, you can't quit. You can't give up. You must finish the ride. Even when your muscles start cramping. That right there made me learn resilience. Made me learn I gotta keep on going.
This sound like dominoes on Saturday. I'm running fives, called game on a fadeaway. I let them talk cause they know the boy here to stay. I'm in the win, no effort in if we bout to play. I keep my head on straight, make sure I'm running my pace. I know they talking if my game ain't up to par and I'm late. I don't treat it like a race, it's like a marathon. And I heard it's never over till that lady sing a song.
My name is Trevon Mitchell. I attend Cleveland High School and I am a 12th grader. I have 6 brothers, and when I was younger, we were in a house where my mom and my dad was in jail, and my mom alone could not take care of us all, and boom, we were in foster care. That was not a great experience for me at all. I was labeled as a bad kid. I could not keep my mouth shut. So my stepmother took us in by 2s because, she can only do 2 at a time because that's a whole lot of kids. She basically saved us from that. My brothers took a different kind of path, a path that I don't want to follow. And my parents really protected me on that, really kept me under the wing. Now I'm gonna be the first to graduate high school. I'm gonna be the first to go to college and graduate because I will manifest that and I will be doing that. Outside of cycling is I am the general vice president of my school. I'm in BSU, the captain on my basketball team. I've been on varsity all my 4 years and just of course being a leading scorer, come on now. I'm currently running for prom king, so make sure you vote, even though you can't, but support. So yeah, that's what I'm doing around here.
Trevon Mitchell, man, that's my dude. The definition of resilience and determination.
The boy has been here before, and some of the conversations you have with him, some of like the references that he uses, having that aura is something that he was just built with and something that's instilled in him. And despite his story having a lot of ups and downs, he embodies joy to a T, which is why I'm a fan of Trevon.
6 years ago, we went down to Oakland with Anthony Shoecraft, Dwayne Chappelle, Dr. Mia Williams, and Trevon and I and another young brother from Aki. I knew something from the get-go with that young man. I knew there was something special in him. It was almost the way his disposition in the way that he moved, the way that he answered the questions, and he was always very confident.
When I first met Trevon, he was a little skinny kid trying to play basketball and, always had a good positive vibe. And now that he's a young man, he's persevered. He didn't let none of the stuff he went through use it as a crutch or an excuse. And now, he's going to UW on a full scholarship.
UW actually came to my school and gave me the Presidential Scholarship Award. That is their most prestigious scholarship. Only 10 people out of 50,000 people that applied to UW get it, and I was one of the people, which I'm extremely blessed. The reason why I picked UW was because I was not being the author of my own story. I was more worried about what people were going to say. Cycling, boom, is my dream. But I'm also Trevon Mitchell that do this. So I'm more worried about my identity because I would much rather be a public speaker than a cyclist. When I hear motivational speakers, they can really change people's lives just by a word. And I would love to be able to do that because it have done to me.
One of the unique challenges for kids in this district, being a kid of color, is they don't get to see the success that they want to be. And what I mean by that is they don't see a whole lot of African-American educators.
When they have the opportunity to see representation with intelligence and excellence behind it, like that's empowerment for them to say, here's an option.
When I'm teaching the young brothers how to master their cultural identity, I'm learning myself. I truly believe that once they figure that part out, they'll know who they are and where they came from, and they know where they're going.
It's hard not to be present in a program like this because you saw it in class today. If you're in a Kingmakers class, you're not getting sent out into the world without knowing Black identity. You're not getting sent out into the world without knowing literal people in greater Seattle area that can help you get to where you need to be. It's big.
The first Kingmakers of Seattle ceremony, I was the host of that, unexpectedly, actually.
We would like to welcome you to the Kingmakers of Seattle 2022 crowning ceremony. You are among family and friends.
It was just watching these little kids smile, these Black kids just smile, and how they're unapologetically Black and themselves. Like, I remember I went home and thought about that. Yeah. It was good to see that.
It doesn't matter what your title is. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have. If you cannot become a student of the student, you will not be successful with that student. And what that means is you learn them, you watch them, you study them, but you have to really put the time and the effort and the desire in, right? To learning these kids and knowing that you could be teaching the next Malcolm X, you could be teaching the next Martin Luther King, you could be teaching the next Barack Obama, you could be teaching the next Shirley Chisholm. It doesn't really matter, because I often say if you can change one of them, you can change a generation.
I like the idea of speaking life into people, you know, being able to address you with a name that represents royalty, that represents prominence.
You can't quantify that with data. You can't put that into a spreadsheet. You can't give a grade for that. But it is something that you feel, and it is something that's real, and it's something that this program values.
It was a little awkward because I was like, what are you saying? As time gone on and I understand why they call me king, it made me feel more of I got a purpose. It made me feel more like I feel empowered and unapologetically myself.
He's gonna be a huge impact and advocate for the Black community. That's one thing I know he's gonna be for sure.
10 years, maybe he'll beat me in a race, in a cycling race, maybe. I just see great things for him, and I see him being a happy young man living his truth. And I pray to God that's all that happens for him, is that he's happy and he lives his truth.
And I really believe he's going to leave his fingerprint on the community, whether it's with Kingmakers, whether it's at the mayor's office. He's going to be doing great things.
I guess if I'm really being honest, I should refer to him as Dr. Trevon, because there's just a matter of time before that young man becomes a professor.
5-10 years from now, I see myself still cycling. I see myself owning a business within cycling, and I see myself with kids. But something that will probably take 20 years from now, it's a big, big dream, like a high school for all Black kids. I want something like that so bad that would teach you actually life skills, having Black educators. That's something in my head that I really want to do, and you have it documented. And so just know you should play this 20 years forward and see what I've done, because that's something that I really, really want to do. Bam.
I'm King Emery Walters.
And Marcus Bradford.
My name is Will King.
I am Trevon Mitchell.
My name is Cypress Richardson.
And this
is
my portrait.
Is my portrait.
It's my portrait.
It's my portrait.
And this is my portrait.
They say that greatness can't be rushed, you gotta take your time. Swear I've been to hell and back just with my state of mind. That's why my work be so authentic, I can't fake the grind. Propose my love and dedication, I'ma make it mine. Brush the dirt up off my sneakers before I'm stepping out. Think the path that I was given ain't no better route. You should come and ask the diamonds what that pressure about. Take an inch and give them out, that's how we measure out. This sound like mama putting food on the stove. It's good for your soul, better tell it if there's truth to be told. I'm true to the code, without treasuring, I'm proof of the goal. Man, the time was always ticking, so I knew we would blow. On my brother's royalty, and they done handed me the crown. Them the only type of brothers that I